Today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting fractions. When you add and subtract fractions, they must have a common denominator. Common denominator. Okay, the denominator, we should all know this, but just in case, is the bottom number of a fraction. Okay, they have to have a common denominator. And once they have a common denominator, we're going to add or subtract the numerators and keep the denominator and then simplify. Okay, so easy peasy, 2 ninths plus 4 ninths. The denominator stays 9. 2 plus 4 is 6. And now we're going to want to put this in simplest form. So 6 and 9 are both divisible by 3. So 2/3 would be my final answer. Okay, on number 2, they have a common denominator of 8. 7 minus 3 is 4. What are 4 and 8 both divisible by? 4. So 1/2 would be my final answer. Number 3, I have 4 over 5 plus 2 over 3. What would be a common denominator of 5 and 3? 15. So what we want to do is we want to look at this fraction. What do I need to multiply 5 by to make it 15? 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. And then on this fraction, if I want the denominator to be 15, what do I need to multiply 3 by? 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. So now they have a common denominator. Okay, so 15 plus, or sorry, not plus, we keep the denominator of 15. 12 plus 10 is 22. Okay, now we kind of get into what we did last week. This is an improper fraction. 15 goes into 22 one time with 7/15 left over. There's nothing that these two are both divisible by, so this is my simplest form. 1 and 7/15. Okay, let's look at number 4. A common denominator between 3 and 8 would be, what's a common multiple? 24. So this fraction, I'm going to multiply by 8 to get, my pen is dying, 8 over 24. This fraction, I'm going to multiply by 3 to get 3 over 24. When you add together 8 and 3, we get 11 over 24. Are those divisible by anything the same? Do they have any common factors? They do not. So that is my final answer. Okay, number 5, with 8 and 16, a common denominator would be 16. So this becomes, I multiply this one by 2 to get 14 over 16. This one already has a denominator of 16. So minus 9 over 16. 14 minus 9 is 5 over 16. They have no common factors. This is the simplest form. Okay, why don't y'all try number 6 and pause it, try it, and then see what you get. We'll come back and check it. Okay, a common denominator would have been 12. If you did 24, okay, watch, and you're going to see that you should get the exact same answer. So if I did a common denominator of 12, this gives me 9/12 plus 2/12, which is 11 over 12. Okay, this is simplest form, no common factors, I'm done. If you had done 24, you would have ended up with 18 over 24 plus 4 over 24. You would have got 22 over 24, and look, they're both divisible by 2. Simplest form, 11 over 12. So don't spend too much time trying to find the least common multiple. As long as you have a common denominator, it'll be fine. Okay, let's talk about here on the bottom where it says solve. Okay, so now we're going to combine kind of our equation solving skills with our newfound fraction adding and subtracting skills. Okay, so if I have, this is what I'm trying to get, right? X by itself. So the opposite of adding 3/10 would be to subtract 3/10. So I have to do that from both sides, or on both sides. So now over here on the right, I have X equals 4 over 5 minus 3 over 10. So what do they have to have in order for me to do that subtraction? They have to have a common denominator. So 4/5 reduces to 8 over 10. minus 3/10 that already has the denominator of 10. I keep the denominator the same. 8 minus 3 would be 5/10. And what are those both divisible by? How can I simplify that? They're both divisible by 5, so x is 1/2. Okay, same thing over here. The opposite of subtracting 1/2, to undo that, I'm going to add 1/2 to both sides. A common denominator between 7 and 2 would be 14. So this fraction I would multiply by 2 to get 4/14. This fraction I would multiply by 7 to get 7/14. 4/14 plus 7/14 would give me 11/14. They don't have any common factors, so that's the simplest form.